Once upon a time, Arjun was not the kind of student teachers pointed to as an example.
Who can answer
He was
this?
quiet, unsure, and often tried to make himself invisible in the last row of the classroom. While others raised their hands eagerly, his hands remained clasped tightly under the desk, knuckles white with anxiety. Every time the teacher asked a question, a storm of thoughts would rise in his mind. But before he could shape any of them into an answer, someone else would speak, confident and clear. Arjun would sigh in relief and shame at the same time, relieved that attention had not fallen on him, yet ashamed that he had not even tried. His struggle was not just with subjects or exams. It was with the voice inside his head that kept repeating that he was not smart enough, not fast enough, not worthy enough. No matter how long he stared at his textbooks, the words blurred and the formulas twisted into incomprehensible puzzles. His friends joked about their marks while he remained silent, hiding his report cards from his parents and inventing excuses whenever a teacher mentioned his performance. Slowly, the belief that failure was permanent settled into his heart like a heavy stone. As the months passed, Hero's struggle deepened. Homework remained unfinished, notebooks half empty, and his attention drifted constantly. He told himself that studying was not meant for him, that some people were simply born brilliant while others were destined to just get by. Every low score reinforced this thought, and every comparison with top-ranking students bruised his spirit further. The joy of learning, which he once felt as a child, had faded into fear and avoidance. The breaking point came on the day the midterm results were announced. The teacher pinned the list of names on the notice board, and students rushed forward eagerly. Arjun hesitated but forced his feet to move. His eyes scanned the list once, twice, then found his name, painfully close to the bottom. The hallway buzzed with whispers and stifled laughter. Someone murmured, "As usual," and another chuckled. Though no one said anything directly to him, he felt every glance pierce through his chest. That evening, he sat alone on the rooftop of his house watching the sun sink below the horizon. The sky changed colors, but his thoughts remained dark.
You can do better, Arjun.
He replayed every moment of embarrassment, every disappointed look, every silent comparison with his successful classmates. For the first time, he admitted the truth to himself. He was tired of feeling this way, tired of hiding, tired of pretending, tired of giving up before trying. The breaking point was no longer just pain, it was clarity. In that silence, Arjun made a decision. He would not let his fear define him anymore.
I will change.
He whispered softly into the evening air, "I will change." It was not a grand declaration, just a quiet promise, but it carried more strength than any excuse he had ever made. He decided that even if he failed again, he would fail while trying his hardest, not while surrendering to doubt. The next morning marked the beginning of his effort. Arjun created a simple but disciplined routine. He woke up early, even when his body begged for more sleep. He reviewed yesterday's lessons, rewrote notes, and practiced questions he usually avoided. In school, instead of remaining silent, he forced himself to ask at least one question every day.
I don't understand this part.
He's actually asking?
His voice trembled at first, and a few classmates smirked.
Growth often feels uncomfortable.
But he reminded himself that growth often feels uncomfortable. The journey was far from easy. There were days when the chapters felt impossible, when numbers refused to make sense, when his mind wandered and frustration threatened to pull him back into old habits. Yet each time he felt like quitting, he remembered the pain on that rooftop and the promise he had made to himself. Slowly, he began to discover something new, the power of consistency. 10 minutes became 20, then an hour. Small improvements replaced overwhelming chaos. Weeks turned into months, and signs of change quietly emerged. His notebooks filled with neat summaries, his handwriting steady and focused.
Good, Arjun.
He started completing assignments on time and even helping a classmate understand a difficult topic. The same teachers who once
I
worried
get
now
it
noticed
now.
his effort and
Thanks.
encouraged him with gentle
Keep
smiles.
going, Arjun.
Though his marks had not drastically improved yet, his confidence had shifted. He no longer saw himself as helpless, but as someone in progress. The breakthrough arrived one ordinary afternoon during a surprise test. Arjun felt the familiar flutter of anxiety, but also a strange calm. As he began writing, he realized he understood the questions. The answers flowed naturally. For the first time, he did not rush or panic. He trusted his preparation. When the papers were returned, his heart thudded as he turned the page. They were not perfect, but they were good, truly good. From that moment onward, his momentum grew. He participated more in class, volunteered to solve problems on the board, and even joined a study group.
Whoa, let's study together
Learning
after
gradually
school.
transformed from
Okay.
a burden into a challenge he was willing to face.
This much for now. See you later.
See you.
It's okay. I learn.
He embraced mistakes as lessons instead of punishments, and began to appreciate the process rather than obsessing over the result. The final exams came, and with them, a quiet anticipation. Arjun walked into the hall with steady steps, carrying not just his pen and admit card, but a newfound belief in himself.
Arjun Kumar, top 10.
When the results were announced weeks later, he stood frozen as he heard his name called
Unbelievable,
among
you
the
made
top
it.
10
Congratulations.
students.
Thank you, Mom.
The same hallway that once echoed with laughter now filled with applause, and for the first time, he smiled without hesitation.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Success did not change who Arjun was. It revealed who he had always been capable of becoming. He thanked his teachers, hugged his parents tightly, and silently honored the version of himself who refused to give up. The triumph was not just academic, it was deeply personal.
Struggle is the birthplace of strength.
From his journey, Arjun learned a lesson greater than any subject. Struggle is not a sign of weakness, but the birthplace of strength. Breaking points are not ends, but beginnings disguised as despair. Decisions shape destiny, and effort fuels transformation.
I'm not racing anyone, just becoming better.
Most importantly, he realized that true success is not about being better than others, but about becoming better than who you were yesterday. And with that understanding, Arjun walked forward, no longer afraid of challenges, but ready to rise above them.